Hello everybody. Today we will be studying about type 2 hypersensitivity. In the last class we had studied about hypersensitivity and type 1. Today we are going to study about type 2. Now what are the features of this? Let us see. Now it involves the antibodies here. Which type of antibodies are involved in type 2? It is IgG and IgM. But whereas in type 1 we had seen it is IgE antibody involved. Here there is um, there are antigens involved. Okay, now whereas in type 1 we saw that there was no concept of antigens, but there was concept of allergens. But here there is concept of antigens are involved in the production in the type 2 hypersensitivity. Now what kind of antigens, like the surface antigens are involved in this. They have to be surface antigen, meaning they has to be attached. Antigen is bound, they are not free antigens. Okay, like for example, if we consider our ABO blood grouping system, you have your RBCs, and on the RBCs are antigens like A and B present on the surface of the RBCs. Okay, so these type of antigens are involved. The antigens here are not free, they are bound, they are fixed to any kind of a cell. But whereas the antibodies are free here. So what are the features briefly? The antibodies involved are IgG and IgM. There are antigens involved which are surface antigen, and they are bound to the surface, they are bound to the cell, and the antibodies involved are free here. What is the mechanism? There are three types in which the type 2 hypersensitivity takes place. That is, one is by complement activation by formation of MAC. You already know what is MAC. The second way, it is opsonization. We have already studied what is opsonization. And the third way is ADCC, that is antibody dependent cellular cytotoxicity. Okay, now let us see. Now before we move on to the mechanism, you need to briefly know what is this ABO type of blood grouping. You already know about it in antigen antibody reactions, but quickly, if we have to say. Now if I have to say, if a person is belonging to blood group A, then on the RBC, this is the surface of this is the RBC. If the person is blood group A, now suppose if this is the RBC, now on the surface of RBC are the antigens present. Now what kind of antigens are present? If the person is belong to blood group A, he will have A antigens present on his surface. Okay, on the surface of RBC. And in his blood plasma or blood serum, there are anti-B antibodies. He will not have the same antigens, but he will have the opposite antibodies. Suppose the person has the same antigens, then this antibody will react with this particular antigen and result in cell lysis. So always remember that if the person's blood group is A, which means on the surface of RBC he has A antigen and anti-B antibody, the opposite antibody is present. Now what happens when a person of A blood group donates his blood to person having B? Now the person having A blood group has antigens A on his surface and he has antibody B. Now if he donates blood to a person of B, what happens is that the person of B has antigens B on his surface. Okay, now this A blood group person already is having antibodies B, will react with this particular antigen A and will form an antigen antibody complex. Okay, so this is what generally happens. So that is the reason that the person who is having the same blood group should donate and receive the blood. Now let us see the mechanism here. The first kind of mechanism, that is the complement activation. Now, as we had seen the first one, if you see here, now this is the RBC and these are the surface antigens. Okay, and let us consider of A, person's blood group having A. Now here he is having surface antigens, what? A antigen, isn't it? Now he is donating blood to person having B blood group. He will have A antibodies, isn't it? So there is RBC, there is A antigen, and that person is having A antibody, isn't it? So that A antibody readily comes and binds to the antigen here, A antigen here, because he is having A antibody. It forms a complex here. So now here there is antibody A, antigen A. So now here entirely what is formed? Entirely you can find antigen antibody complex that is formed here along, yes, along with cell. Okay, now if you have studied the AMI, that is antibody mediated immunity, you would have noticed that at the end when there is an antigen antibody complex formed, what can happen? Either phagocytosis can happen, the scavenger cells can come and engulf the entire antigen antibody complex, or this antigen antibody complex that is formed will give rise to, or will activate what? Will activate complement system. Yes or no? Now this complement will, it has three pathways, isn't it? Which pathway it will activate? Classical pathway, because classical pathway is the only pathway which depends on antigen antibody complex. So here you have seen that antigen antibody complex is formed, so it activates the classical pathway. Now in classical pathway what happens? There are many reactions, there are many proteins that are getting involved. Yes, ultimately it gives rise to MAC, that is 5B, 6, 7, 8 and 9. This MAC will ultimately go and sit on the RBC. And what is MAC? MAC, membrane attack complex. This complex will go and sit on the RBC, and ultimately what is its property? It will lyse the cell. So ultimately this RBC is lysed and this entire component is lost. Now I will talk to you about this classical pathway in the next slide. See, this is the classical pathway. What happens? There is there was this antigen antibody complex, yes, along with the RBC. It activated the complement, activated the classical pathway. Now if it has to reach to this MAC, what happens? The C1 gets activated, it activates C4, that in turn activates the C4-2A, that in turn activates C4B2A3B, that in turn activates this component, in turn activates the next component, and finally you get your MAC. You can see finally you have your MAC here. Okay, so this is what happens, and MAC, you know, will go and destroy, or will go and lyse the cell. It MAC will go and sit on the cell surface here, RBC cell surface, and ultimately lyse the RBC. RBC is lysed, this entire complex is lost. So that is what happens here. So this is activation of complement. The second one is opsonization. Now opsonization also we had studied in the during the complement system. Now what happens here is there is antigen antibody complex, that is your RBC, which is having the A antigen has been bound to the A antibody. So this A antibody antigen complex will activate classical pathway C1, will in turn activate the C4, C4B2A, and ultimately reach up to this point, that is C4B2A and 3B. Now I had told you that 3B has a receptor which can bind to macrophages. Yes, and also I had told that C3, yes, C3A has the capacity to bring or attract the macrophages towards 3B, isn't it? So this 3B has attraction towards the macrophage, and 3B has a receptor for the macrophages. So what will happen? Now this component is formed, this much is formed. Instead of going further, what happens? 3B in turn brings the macrophage, and 3b is having receptor for the macrophage comes and binds to the 3b which is carrying the antigen antibody complex and the RBC. The entire macrophage in turn engulfs the antigen antibody complex which is having the RBC. Ultimately the entire complex is lost. So this is your second type, that is your opsonization. Now the third one is ADCC. Now in ADCC what happens is that you have a cell, okay, the cell that is your RBC. Here we have taken the example of your ABO blood grouping. Yes, your cell is having the antigens, the surface antigens. Okay, you can see here in black I have shown the surface antigens. Now here, which is the surface antigen? A. Person is having A blood group, so the antigens are A. Now this surface antigen, he is giving the blood group, he is giving his blood to a person having B blood group, so he will have antibody A. So that antibody A will come and bind to the A antigen here, because A antibody should bind to A antibody. They are specific, antigen antibody, they are specific. So here you have the entire complex, that is antigen, antibody and the RBC. Now this antigen antibody complex along with the RBC will attract some of the cells. Now what kind of cells? It will attract the effector cells through chemotaxis. What are the effector cells? It could be natural killer cells, it could be neutrophils, okay. So these cells it will attract. So suppose natural killer cells have receptors on them which can bind to the Fc region of the antibody, and you very well know that this is the Fc region. So it will bind to the Fc region of the antibody, who the natural killer cells, through its receptors. Now once this entire complex is formed, what happens is that this natural killer cells will release out interferons, okay, and these interferons will go and attack your RBCs. Yeah, they are carrying the cells, they are carrying the antigens there, which will result in inflammation, and hence it will result in cellular damage. The entire cell is lost. If the RBC is lost, definitely the antigen is also lost there. Now here, this is your ADCC. Now here we have taken the example of ABO system of blood grouping. Otherwise also this can happen. Suppose this is your normal cell, okay, and if you have taken any antibiotics, those antibiotics they get broken down into smaller protein fragments. These proteins can bind to the surface of your body cells, okay. Now these body cells will produce antibodies specific to these antigens. Now this acts as an antigen for your cell, okay, because it has come from outside. Now this is identified by your body as, recognized as a non-self, okay. So it produces antibodies. Which antibody? I told you it has to be the IgM antibody first. So IgM and then IgG. So here now antigen antibody complex is formed. It now attracts your natural killer cells. Natural killer cells, I told you, have receptors for the Fc site of the antibody, ultimately resulting in the destruction. It releases interferon, resulting in the destruction of your body cells. If your body cells, remember the antigens, the proteins had been bound to your body cell. So now here your body cell is getting destroyed. In turn, the antigen is also getting destroyed. Okay. Now this can be called as your cellular damage. Your body cell is getting damaged here. Okay, so this is your type 2 hypersensitivity, and this is how the ADCC takes place. Now if the type 2 hypersensitivity is asked, you can take either one of the examples, that is ABO system of blood grouping, or the example that I have given you just now, but you have to explain all the three mechanisms. Thank you.